good morning. Welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. This is day 2 of practice. I'm a little bit more relaxed today. I was so excited to start back yesterday. It was really wonderful to be here and to practice again and just to have that sense of the adventure ahead, these 28 days that we're going to deepen in. So today it's about shoulders. And so as we progress into the month, I want you to, each and every one of you, to listen to your shoulders and find your range of wellness. And it'll be very different left and right. You know, you can brush your teeth with your right hand and your left hand has no idea. And that's the coordination of your whole arm. And so we're going to really map out the differences between our arms and how we use them in strength, in mobility, in weight bearing, okay? So come sit on your mat. And if you have a book or something to sit on or a pillow, just for your lower back, sometimes in the beginning or even always, it's very nice to have something to sit on, okay? So I have a yoga block, but you can use whatever you like. And have an object of some kind. I have a ball, you can have a sock, anything, doesn't really matter, okay? So great, come. So sitting on your mat and your legs are long, and just start by rocking your bum from side to side. So you're lifting one hip up, and actually what you're doing is you're doing the coordination. So a coordination is where we, like an accordion, we shorten one side and then we lengthen the other side. So begin to exaggerate that by creating a little bit more squeeze on the shortening side. So the bum that's rising, squeeze that shoulder down a little bit more. I just feel that. Now exaggerate the lengthening side. So to do that, you lift your shoulder and you lean a little bit further. I just feel like, how do you coordinate this movement of your body? Nice. And then roll your body, your torso into a circle. And so a lot of my movement that I create, that we do here together, are gestures and ways of moving in our lives that we practice here on the floor. Change direction into the circle. And so today we'll be practicing looking down the beach. Tara, you really love that one. We're going to do some shoulder shrugs. The other Sinead loves that. Yeah, we're going to be really deepening into some different movements that will grow and deepen as we move. So I talked about wing chop at the beginning of the class, you know, in the writing. So wing chop is where you, let me do it sideways. So my two arms are straight out in front of me to begin with. And then turn your right palm so your thumb is pointing down, okay? And then pull your right elbow back so your fingers are resting beside your nails are resting beside the side of your eye, and your left hand has reached a little bit further forward. But listen to the front of that right shoulder. How is it as you do this? And then chop. You chop like you're flinging something or chopping with your right hand forward, and you pull the left elbow back into lawnmower. So wing, the opposite hand reaches forward. Chop, your hand makes a fist into lawnmower on the left. So two hands are moving, and there's this sense of your torso being pulled and twisted between your two arms. And so I want you to listen really deeply to your shoulder, to that right shoulder. As you pull back, is it in wellness that you're moving? Or are you forcing it? Or is there a click or an aggravation? And if there is, make the movement smaller so that you find what your range of wellness is. Okay, wing, chop. Okay, we're going to do the other side. So both hands are forward. Turn your left thumb so it points down, and then pull your left hand back so your fingers are resting beside the left side of your face and my nails are touching the side of my face. Check out that left arm sensation-wise. And then chop. Pull your right elbow back into a fist, into lawnmower. Wing, chop. So the wing and chop is happening on the left, and the right side is also active. It's reaching and lawnmower. So wing, reaching, chop, lawnmower. Wing, reaching, chop, lawnmower. Nice, one more time. Wing and chop. So we're going to try two. So two wings. So pull both elbows back so you feel your elbows are pulling back at a 45-degree angle and your nails are near your cheeks. And then chop. So to chop, I swing my hands kind of outwards and then fling forward as far as I can. So wing, pull your elbows back, and then chop. Wing, chop. Nice. One more time. Wing and chop. Cool. Roll your shoulders. Big circles. Take a sigh. Let that integrate into your body. And then roll your shoulders in the other direction. Nice. So hold on to your right collarbone with both hands and then lean your throat and your neck away. So you're just beginning to just lengthen into this kind of stretchy feeling just above your collarbones. Leaning your neck away from the pull. So my left hand is pulling on my right collarbone and I'm just finding a way of opening and lengthening into my throat, into my neck. Maybe take a sigh, a deeper breath as you do this. Really feeling and letting the sensation of resting or regulation happen into the nervous system. Nice. Other side. So bring the right hand to the left collarbone, anchor it. I put my other hand on top as well. And then begin to open and just stretch. And you're going gently. You're just listening. What happens in my throat as I anchor and then lengthen the tissues of my neck and throat? Sigh, deeper breath into your belly. Let your face soften. Breathe into your face. Like, oh God, this is so lovely. So it's that idea of rather than doing this movement, feel this movement. And when I start to feel the movement, I begin to sigh and settle deeper. Nice, cool. So come into a child's pose, a cat pose. So your cat pose, your hands are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips, and then just rounding your back. Arching your back. And how could you make this a full spinal movement? Rounding your back. So really include your neck, which is your head movement, and your pelvis, which is the tucking under of your tailbone, and then the lifting of your sit bones as you arch. Rounding and then arching. Nice. So you're going to change this movement a little bit. So round your back and then bring your right foot to where your right knee was. And then sit your bum back. So you're squishing the right leg. And then drop your right knee to the floor, arch your back. Same leg again. Right knee comes forward as you round your back. Your foot's on the floor. You squish that right leg. Knee to the floor, arch your back. So be in this movement as you round. Feel your spine rounding. How would you make this movement a continuous spinal movement of wellness? Rounding, arching, rounding, arching. Nice. Try the other side. So as you round, bring your left toes forward to where your left knee was. Rounding, sit your bum back. Arching, drop your knee down. Rounding, sit your bum back. And I feel like I'm really lengthening into this like juicy, stretchy feeling in my spine. As I sit my bum back, it's like I'm pulling the t-shirt on my back. And then as I arch, I have this deep sense of my pelvis coming into alignment. Rounding, foot comes forward, arching, knee goes down. How cool. So now you're going to come into the crooked cat. So the crooked cat is where your two hands are over to the right-hand side of your mat. My right hand is near my right knee, and my left hand is also over on the right side. And now as you round, it's going to really change the way your rib cage is moving. So the right side is really short, and the left side is long. And Just leaning into it, breathing into it. Let your breath sigh. I love this concept of let it be satisfying. Like it's like the main reason why I move is to manage stress and tightening and contraction that happens because of what I'm managing in my life. So as I move, it's like, how do I let go of anything that doesn't serve me right now? How do I really deepen? Come to the other side. Both hands over towards the left side. Left hand is near your left knee. Right hand is over on the left side of your mat. And again, how do I let go of anything that doesn't serve me? So it's like, I just feel like movement is like a leaf blower. It's just gathering up any random leaves, anything that doesn't need to be where it is. I'm just blowing it along and clearing out my body, letting my body be free and wholesome. Nice. Both hands to the floor, just a simple shoulder shrug. Squeeze your shoulders back. Push your shoulders forward. Squeeze your shoulders back. Push your shoulders forward. Sit your bum down. Bring your elbows to the floor. Make fists out of your hands and roll. So if it's been a while since you've been resting on your hands like that, then your wrists will get sore as you do this. So all these movements, like the concept that I explained yesterday, we think we move fine until we start challenging movement patterns in our body. Roll in the other direction. So this is like pulling out your washing machine. You go, wow, look at all the stuff in there. The same thing. Wow, look, my hands can't manage to hold me up while I'm doing this. Oh, my knees are sore. My hip is sore. Be excited that you're finding this out rather than burdened by the weight of it. Open your fingers wide. Squeeze them in. Be excited by the movement differences between one side of the body and the other. Open your fingers wide and make fists. Nice. Both hands to the floor. Walk yourself back. Bring your elbows to your knees. Cool. So this is called farmer yoga. So both elbows are resting on your knees. And then reach your right hand forward and touch the floor. And then pull your right elbow back into lawnmower. So again, we're checking out the range of our shoulders. Forward. Pull your elbow back. Does anything click? Anything feel pain? If so, slow the movement down so there's no clicking, or make the move smaller. Just feel, how do you move? Incredible, like silk. How would your shoulder move like silk? There's a click that's happening as I pull my elbow back, and I want to find the point that I don't have a click. Oh, so interesting. Change what you're doing, make it softer. Nice, that's very nice. Interesting. Great. Left hand, reach. Pull your elbow back. Can you hear your shoulder as you move? Nice. There's no clicking on this side for me. Ease of range, smooth like silk. Very nice. Cool. Slowly rolling up. Bring your hands to your hips and just roll into your hips. Sighing, deepening, and then roll in the other direction. So with all the balancing poses that we do, you can be near a wall, you can have your leg resting on a couch or something, find the way that you balance, okay? So standing on both feet, lift your heels up and then let them drop and just feel gravity pull you down. Again, lifting up, drop. Nice. Keep the left foot on the floor, just lift the right foot off the floor and feel the wobbly balance that's there. So balance is not still. Balance is this really dynamic, there's incredible vitality to balance. So feel the vitality of your left foot as you balance and how your whole body is trying to manage or be and support that left foot to balance. Feel how your ankle is wobbling, how your calf is moving, how your torso is kind of slightly swaying or helping it. Nice. Other side. Right foot to the floor, let it be really solid. Lift the left foot off the floor and feel that Cool. That balance of the right foot. Being steady. Often when we balance, staring at something really still, like a point on the wall is very good, or something on the floor. They call them drishti in Indian yoga, and it's like a gazing point. And so it's very good for just stability. Great, foot to the floor. So we're going to try our lawnmower diving. So pull both elbows back and then dive both arms forward, bringing your arms either side of your ears. Dive your elbows back, or pull your elbows back, diving forward. Elbows come back, diving forward. So as I dive, I have this really gorgeous feeling of my shoulders lengthening and opening. You can bend your knees as you dive and straighten your legs as you pull your elbows back. Bend your knees as you dive. Straighten your elbows. Straighten your leg. So we're going to bring our legs into it. So either bring your right foot forward as you pull your elbows back, and then bring your leg back behind you as you dive. Right foot forward, pull your elbows back, right leg behind you, dive. So your leg, as your elbows go back, your leg goes forward. You can make it bigger. Knee comes up, leg goes back, knee comes up. See what range is possible here. Maybe there's a really deep range for you on this side. Maybe there isn't. You'll see. We're just really learning about our balance as we do this. Nice. Other side. Left leg comes up. Pull your elbows back. Your left foot goes a little bit forward. Left foot goes back, rounding your back. So it's just a tiny step in the beginning, and your foot's on the floor. And then maybe make it a bit bigger. Maybe lift your leg up. Just feel, how do you do this movement? How do you find balance? Nice, one more time. Cool. Just come lie on the floor, on your belly, all the way down. And just bring your elbows underneath your knees. And so I'm going to tell you a story while you're here. So you're lying on the beach and you're reading your book and all is well. And then you hear the ice cream van and you're like, oh, and you lift your head up and you look for the ice cream van and just feel that. Really feel this sense of seeking to be as tall as you can upwards as you push your elbows down. And I feel that in my face, in my eyes, as I look. And then I drop down and I read my book. And then again, whoop, lifting, looking. And look from side to side. Look towards the right. And look towards the left. And be high, like you're trying to seek out something. Dropping down. Reading your book, all is well. One more time. You're lifting up, and then you go, oh, look, there it is. And it's only a low. First one is the pool wave. Somebody's just straight in front of you, and you go, hi. So just lift your right hand up and wave. And then lift your left hand up and wave. Small wave. This is the pool wave. Lift. Lift, okay? But the problem is, what happens if they're really far away? So it's really hard to lift your hand up because your shoulder will catch. So we're going to do a little bit of a maneuver here. So bring your left hand to the floor, roll over onto your right hip, and then bend your knees up. Lift your left hand up and wave. Okay? So this will grow and change as we go along in the month. Bring both thighs to the floor. Bring your right hand to the floor. Roll over onto your left hip, bend both knees, and reach your right hand up into the air. Okay? And then both elbows down, both thighs to the floor. Left hand to the floor. Roll over onto your right hip, bend both knees. Wave with your left hand. Down. See how your shoulders are doing weight bearing? Right hand to the floor, bend both knees, wave. So just begin to glide slowly from side to side. So you bend your knees up. And my hand stays on the floor until my knees are all the way up. Nice, cool. Come lie on the floor. Reach your arms back and just squeeze your shoulders back. Lift your chest, looking forward. Reach your hands back, lift your toes. Just breathe for a moment here. Reaching with your fingers. Nice. Bend your elbows, drop your head onto the back of your hands. Rock your bum from side to side. Nice. Come lie on your back all the way over. How did you roll over? Notice your movement patterns. Arms are wide. Drop your knees down towards the right. Glide your left knee up in the direction of your right shoulder. So this is the first of the gliders that we're doing. Gliders is one of my staples. I just love it. So both feet to the floor, knees back to center. Drop your knees to the left. Draw your right knee up towards your left shoulder. Just begin to glide from side to side. We didn't use our ball today, sorry. We'll use it tomorrow. So begin to glide your top leg up towards the opposite shoulder. And just really lean into the deep of your lower back and the full of your belly. And try and keep your shoulders on the floor. So all that mobility and lengthening we've been creating in the shoulders, now allow it to be present by really gluing your shoulders deeply towards the floor and feeling the movement, not that the shoulder lifts off the floor, but that the ribs are lengthening and opening. Sighing into the movement, deepening into present time. Let this movement change you in some way. Connect you, deepen. Nice. Come back to center. Squeeze both knees towards you. Wrap your arms around. Settle. Wiggle your shoulders so that there's loads of space for them. Unpack them. Wiggle your hips a little bit so that they really settle into the floor. Pull your knees a little bit closer. So those of you who are new to my yoga, typically I try and make everything 20 minutes. Today was a little bit over time. And Joseph, my partner, he's playing cello in the room down below. And so you can hear the cello up through the floor. I have 2 dogs with me today. I have Jig and Poppy. And there's a load of puppies downstairs. So during the week at some stage, we're going to have a puppy visitation. It is a bit nuts now. Yeah, it's really crazy. And so I will see you all tomorrow for a deeper dive into how we hold and maintain wellness as we move. Thanks for joining me. And yeah, remember Brennan's Bread, today's class today. So if you miss a few days, don't worry. It's like, even though it is a progressive practice, there's always, like, if you land into any class, there's always space to do whatever there is there. Always listening to your body and hearing the wellness that there is. I will see you tomorrow. And yeah, thanks for joining me. Very cool. Very nice. Ciao, ciao.